Greetings, staff. It's our 11th week already, our 11th week of the digital conversion, our 11th week of disrupting poverty in the Saddle Mountain Unified School District. So a digital conversion is really a new vision for school reality. It's a different way of thinking. There's a guy named Brian Greenberg who's head of the Silicon Schools Fund, and he's talking a lot about this blended learning, which is really what we're doing. We're blending a digital conversion way of instruction with a more traditional way of disruption. And he says there's a fundamental assumption that has to change. It's a fundamental assumption of how we think of our job as teachers. It's our core instructional delivery model, that core model, and he says we have to let that go. We have to let go of the idea that we have to teach something in order for kids to learn it. In other words, sometimes kids will learn something even if we haven't taught it. So, Brian says there's 5 key shifts that teachers experience when they move to digital conversion. 5 key shifts when they make this transition. And I've seen some of your classrooms, and you are making shifts to these things. First, shift number 1, teachers shift from being a lecturer to a facilitator. And I know many of you are doing that. Secondly, teachers shift from using fixed student groupings to dynamic student groupings. So students work in groups, but those groups vary and shift depending on tasks, depending on student needs. You know, as we start to embrace, reteach, and enrich, those student groupings shift. Thirdly, teachers go from being the explainer of all concepts to an intervener. Explainer to intervener. Fourth, we go from teaching content to teaching content, skills, and mindsets. And finally, teachers go from being a generalist, especially in the elementary level, to being a specialist. So it's okay to let go of some of our previous ways of thinking and to embrace some of these new ways. And it's okay to let the kids go too, to let the kids loose with some of our new digital tools. Because once we have let go of these old ways of thinking, once we've let go,